Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And the Oilers get absolutely thrashed in Philadelphia. An afternoon matinee. Didn't take too long for us Oiler fans to have to get all sad and depressed again after a golden goal from Connor Mcdavid. We were all flying high, obviously. But just a brutal game today. Again, a matinee game in Philadelphia. And coming off, a 2-week break, the Oilers did not look good. They looked brutal. I'm not too sure why they looked so bad. I don't know. Really, there's not enough fingers on your hand to point at how many players were disappointing today. I'm going to start off by saying Stuart Skinner, again, he made a couple of saves on some breakaway chances, but overall did not have a great game today. And I'm not too sure what you guys thought, but Janmark had a brutal game today. Klingberg is just way too soft. I'm not too sure how much longer they're going to give him to kind of get into the swing of things, but way too soft. And Arvidsson he's just on the back of a milk carton. He doesn't seem to show up for these games. I'm not too sure why he had such a bad game. I mean, he got a couple of games in during the break for Team Sweden, but as of right now, things are not looking good with Arvidsson, I have to admit. Bouchard with a huge giveaway on the first goal for Philly. The Oilers had the lead in this game. It was 2-1. At one point in this game, and just no effort, no drive. Knoblauch did not prepare these guys to come out hard enough. Very soft, and I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're getting paid millions of dollars, I'm not too sure how many positions in any line of work can make that much money, but if you're a top surgeon, for example, and you get paid millions of dollars and you go on a 2-week break, you can't come back from that 2-week break and go perform a surgery half-assed, because that's exactly what happened with the Edmonton Oilers. They were half-assed today. Out of sync, no physicality whatsoever. And Philly is again not a good team. They are not favored to do anything out east, and the Oilers should have won this game. So now they lost the game. They did not look good in the last game before the break, game 55 against Colorado. They looked horrible, and they looked horrible today. So absolutely no change whatsoever from the Edmonton Oilers over the break into taking a run at the division, a run at potentially first overall. I mean, we got to do it. We'll give you a mulligan for this game. We'll give you a mulligan. I'm not too sure why you want to give up 2 points against Philly on the road, but we'll give you a mulligan this game. But I mean, you're not playing a slouch. Again, they're back at it tomorrow. Another matinee game against the Washington Capitals, one of the best teams in the league. So I mean, you lose that game, you're now on a 3-game losing skid at a time in the season where you should be picking up some of these points. Final score 6-3 Philadelphia, and shots on goal 32-18 for Philly. I think the Oilers had 2 or 3 shots in the entire third period. They did not look good today. Face-offs 53-46 in favor of the Flyers. The Flyers go 1 for 2 on the power play. The Oilers go 0 for 1, and they did not generate a lot of chances. 4-2 penalty minutes, 18 for hits. I'm surprised the Oilers registered 18 hits because it seemed like they had under 10. Again, if you watch the game, just no physicality whatsoever. Darnell Nurse had an opportunity to absolutely crush Owen Tippett on that first goal. He blew by Brett Kulak, got to the puck, got ahead of him, and Darnell Nurse had an opportunity to just level him, and he didn't. I don't know if that's just, after the break kind of hangover, but that is an opportunity in an NHL game to absolutely rock him, and that goal is not going in, and it's a different kind of game. So I was not happy at all with the lack of physicality from the Oilers. Block shots 12-7 in favor of the Flyers. Giveaways 19 for the Oilers. So many brutal giveaways today, and like I said, Janmark had some brutal ones, as well as Nurse, as well as Bouchard. It was just a lot of giveaways today. So we are going to jump on over to X now. Before we get into X, would like to take this opportunity to quickly remind everyone we are on Twitter/X. You can follow us at Frozen Oil Hockey as well. We are hoping that you would consider subscribing to the channel. We are doing game recap number 56 today, so been bringing you a lot of Oiler content, so hope you're enjoying it. And the best thing you can do to help the channel grow is subscribe to the channel or hit that thumbs up button. So would appreciate that if you can do that. Only positive notes really on today's game. Too many negatives again. Not enough fingers on a hand to point at the number of players that made too many mistakes and no effort. But positive sign is Draisaitl got a goal and an assist, which is nice. And on top of that, Matty Savoy in his NHL debut gets a beautiful assist on the Draisaitl goal. So let's check out some of these goals. I'm not too sure if this is going to get edited or cut or copyright stricken. These highlights have been giving me a huge issue here on the channel, but let's give it a go here. So 1-0 Philadelphia, and
because of that, they didn't know how well Jeremy was going to be able to play, so they had to dress another centerman as well. So that was what happened. Boom. Rebound score.
Just a gaping wide open net there for Klingberg. He gets his first of the season. But like I said, we are not looking for offense. We have offense. We have a ton of offense. We were leading this game 2-1. To me, we already have Bouchard for that offensive kind of stuff as a power play quarterback. And Klingberg, it's great to have another offensive guy, but he really, really needs to start playing some defense and start being physical. You got to test out that hip, buddy, because it's not going to work in the playoffs. I'm telling you right now. It's not going to work, these flybys that he keeps doing. There was a Philadelphia player in front of the net, and he was just standing there. He was wreaking havoc for Skinner and didn't even touch him, and he was in the crease for probably 6 or 7 seconds. I believe that occurred in the third period. So yeah, just brutal. Let's check out the Savoy goal here. Or sorry, the Draisaitl goal assisted by Savoy.
Midway point of this first period. Game tied at 1. Mcdavid for Philadelphia. Klingberg the equalizer for Edmonton. Centering pass.
Nice
back
pass.
here. Score. Draisaitl his 41st. But the best.
So Savoy fights for the puck there on a dump in, gets it to Draisaitl. Beautiful pass actually, and gets his first assist. So congrats to Savoy. And the third goal for the Oilers here again, tying the game. You know, they're still in this game, halfway through the game, and Draisaitl with a wicked feed to Ekholm, and he roofs it. Tied at 3, basically halfway through the game. So again, just laziness. It seemed like hangover after the break. I'm not too sure. They did not look fired up or pumped at all. Ekholm finishes with a -3. Connor Mcdavid with a -3. So I'm not too sure what happened. You could blame it on the break or whatever. But I mean, again, we need to solidify a division win. We need to solidify, hopefully, a conference win, or even better, a President's Trophy, so that we can have home ice advantage throughout the playoffs. Let's check out what the Oilers faithful had to say, starting out with Carmen Gill. Skinner's bad goaltending is torture. What's even worse is the Oilers media that defend it. And yeah, it was so obvious today with Jack Michaels and Louis DeBrusk absolutely going apeshit over the 2-on-0 save that Skinner made. There was some miscommunication in the passing on the 2-on-0 break, and Skinner came up with a big save. But the reaction from Jack Michaels and Louis DeBrusk making it seem like Skinner made this unbelievable game-changing save. You're already let in 5 goals at that point. You know what I mean? So it's too little too late in my opinion, and it's just completely obvious that the Oilers media is defending Stuart Skinner and his play. This one is from Dave at Oilers_fan30. If Bouchard actually wants 10 plus million a season, I would very much consider a trade. Sure, the guy gets points, however, his defensive errors are way too egregious. He needs to get those out of his game. Been saying that all year. I don't know what's going on this year. His defense was always weaker than his offense, but the gap seems way bigger this year. And I don't know about not signing Bouchard. That's impossible right now at this point. You got to sign him to 10 million. Hopefully it's not that high, but he is our number one right-handed D-man, that's for sure. Here's a cool one from the Oilers. McDavid's bag, the Team Canada bag, is there. Just arrived next to all the Oiler bags. I thought that was cool. Figured we'd share that one with you. Here's one from Ame or Amy. I'm not sure if that's how to pronounce that, but that's got to be one of the worst all-round team efforts I've seen this year. The Oilers made a damn fool out of me being excited to watch them play again. Yeah, Amy, I agree with you. I was excited to watch this afternoon game and honestly thought it would turn out different. Very excited to see Savoy play, and it was just a waste of time. Here's one from Nick at 2003 Nico. Skinner's giving the Oilers a puncher's chance. Quote, STFU, Jack, watch the game. And again, alluding to the Oilers commentators making such a big deal over Skinner making saves late in the third period. It's too late at that point. Here's one from Captain Jack at Oilers Jack. Cue Edmonton media blaming every single thing except goaltending in an attempt to look, quote, smart. You literally just watched Binnington play and saw the goalies are capable of making high danger saves. You'll look smarter if you just call a spade a spade. It's the goaltending. And yeah, well, today's game was definitely not just the goaltending. It was the defense, but there's a lot of weak goals, and at the end of the day, he's allowed, 3 goals on 14 shots today. It's just, you got to get a big save along that road somewhere, and Skinner just hasn't been able to provide it. Here's one from Schmitty the Goat at Schmitty G. Worst game of the year for the Oilers. No surprise it comes after a 2-week break. Never give the Oilers a break. Yeah, and every time the Oilers get a break, they somehow lose their momentum and they got to start over again from scratch. So it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Here's one from at Island_Oiler. Kills me that some people are okay with the defense and or goaltending the way it is. LOL. I just don't get it. And there's a lot of other people that don't get it too. They're Island Oiler. It's, I don't know, for being in, third place overall or wherever we're at right now, the amount of complaints that Oiler fans have, I mean, we should be sitting first overall in the NHL if we had some goaltending and maybe a little bit of defense or physicality from some of the Oiler players, but that just isn't happening. Here's one from Dennis King at DKingBH. It's not the worst thing in the world for Skinner to continue to be poor and force the Oilers' hand on a trade. Seems like they need to be beaten over the head with just how mediocre he can be. Again, fans don't seem too happy with Skinner. Here's one from at Oilers_life. Get me a effing goaltender already. Enough of this garbage already. Let's go Oilers. Yeah, did not look good today. Here's one from Paul Almeida. Worst performance of the year for the Oilers. Offense had only 18 shots on goal. 3 in the third. Defense was chasing all game long. Bouchard had a rough afternoon. Skinner had little chance on some of the goals, but allowing 5 on 15 shots after being pulled his last start. Yikes. And I agree. And oh boy, I was really looking forward to this one here. Again, brutal game, and maybe one of the biggest critics of the Oilers goaltending situation is this one right here. Daniel Fika at Oilers 49er. If you have to trade Arvidsson's contract to get a starting goalie, then you do it. Not sure what his value is right now, the way Arvidsson's been playing. He's been playing brutal. He is not producing enough. and he needs to kick it into gear right away. Or if there is an option to move him, you move him. Here's he continues on to say here, Oilers can't continue with question marks for goaltending. If JJ and Stan don't acquire a goalie at the deadline, then they should be fired. And I completely agree. What a beautiful picture. Yeah, they need to make some moves. Obviously, it's not working like this, but just wanted to do a quick episode today. Recapping that matinee game. It was brutal, but once again, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Hopefully the next game has a better ending. And that'll do it for today. And most importantly, go Oilers, go.
Frozen or hockey, the channel you need. Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed. With David leading, we're built to exceed.
Frozen or hockey,